last video, I emphasized the importance of food photography for your website. That's important info, but it's not really that helpful unless I tell you how you're supposed to get this great photography, right? Well, that's what this video is all about. If you have decent equipment and a good eye, you may be able to do your own photography. In this lesson, I'll cover some tips to help you get awesome results all on your own. Now, full disclosure, I'm definitely not a professional photographer, though I have dabbled as a hobby here and there. So don't take any of this as a photography Bible. But these are the things that have helped me produce good quality results without the help of a professional level of knowledge. Obviously, your equipment is important. Without a good camera, you're just not going to get a good photo. Now, this is actually less and less of a hurdle as time goes on and technology improves. My smartphone, for example, has a 13 megapixel camera. That's only 5 megapixels less than my DSLR camera, which is what I'm using to film this video. I've heard a lot of people lately make the argument that smartphone cameras today are at a point where they can surpass point-and-shoot cameras and even DSLR cameras for everyday use. Honestly, I'm not quite convinced just yet. I think there's a lot more that goes into the quality of a photo than the number of megapixels a camera has. I will say, however, that the cameras on the newest generations of smartphones really are fantastic and very well may give you the kind of results that you're looking for. It really can't hurt to give it a shot, especially since there are so many terrific manual camera apps out there for both iPhones and Android devices. The ideal camera, of course, is a DSLR, a digital single-lens reflex camera. These are typically a bit bulkier cameras, and they allow you to switch out the lens. They produce great results, but they're expensive. Entry-level DSLRs are usually at least $500. They also have a bit of a learning curve since there are a lot of settings to manipulate. If you're interested in getting a DSLR, the Canon Rebel line is a great place for beginners to start. In my opinion, lighting is the #1 most important factor of taking a great photo. Especially if you're using a point-and-shoot or a smartphone camera, which won't be able to process low-light situations very well, a well-lit environment will bring out the best in your equipment. Consider taking a few plates of food outside on an overcast day, or during dawn or dusk. Those lighting conditions are perfect since direct sunlight will create harsh shadows. Experiment with a few different camera settings and angles and see what works, but don't even try to take photos inside of your restaurant. Chances are, your romantic lighting won't really translate too well to film. Ever take a photo indoors and later notice that the whole thing has a weird yellow cast to it? Or notice that everything seems a little blue in a photo you took on a cloudy day? That's because of a bad white balance. White balance is basically the camera's process of accounting for light temperatures, which is when light is warmer or cooler toned. Fluorescent lights, for example, are very warm-toned and often appear yellow in photographs, while sunlight on a cloudy day is cool and can appear blue. A good way to help correct white balance is to take a picture of a white piece of paper in your shot before beginning your shoot. Many times, the camera will actually use this white piece of paper to correct the white balance automatically. But even if it doesn't, you can use the photo of the white paper to easily neutralize the colors when editing. All you'll have to do is make the white paper appear as a true white, and everything else will correct itself around that. Okay, so maybe all of this sounds like a little too much, or maybe you've already tried to get good photos without much success. The next step is just to bite the bullet and hire a professional. A simple Google search should turn up plenty of freelance photographers in your area, so all you have to do is look through a few portfolios, get a few quotes, and pick the best fit for you. I also always recommend going to local colleges and seeing if there are any student photographers who are looking for a freelance project. Lots of college students are actually very skilled despite their relative inexperience, and another plus is that their rates will be a bit lower than a seasoned professional. Plus, you'd be providing a young professional a chance to boost their portfolio. Once you finish your website's copywriting and have a nice variety of quality images to work with, you're ready to actually start building your website. This is what we've been waiting for, and it's definitely the most exciting part of the process. In the next section, I'll take you through each step of this process in actually getting your website online. Head over to the next video to jump right in.